So if you think you're the only guy that she's talking to, think again. This woman has a roster. Most women these days, they have rosters of 5 men or more that serve different purposes in their lives. So today, as a man in the modern dating landscape, you've got to know these things. You've got to be prepared. You have to have a strategy to win at this game, just like women have strategies as well. So I'm Dr. Tony. Welcome to Red Pill Therapy. And today we're going to dive into this reality a lot more. And you don't want to be kind of caught out there off guard, all right? And women just tend to be ahead of the game with us. More ahead of the game than us, in terms of dating strategy. It just is what it is. I do think there's more of a learning curve for guys to get where they need to be. But when you master this, you can figure it out, and it's pretty easy once you figure out the game, just like any other game. All right. But you just can't be naive. You can't be stupid. You can't have the wool pulled over your eyes. All right. So the women are very savvy at this. So let's break this down into a few sections here, and just dive into it bit by bit, and we'll go from there. Okay. So here's some of the main points. We know women that they're bombarded with guys trying to get into their DMs, guys trying to, meet them on the street. Well, that doesn't happen as much anymore, but it still does happen. Dating apps, in any other form of social media, be it Snapchat or, wherever else. There's always dudes around. They're always shooting their shot with women, okay? And women know this, okay? But they're going to downplay it. Oh, he's just my friend, or he's my play cousin, my work buddy, work husband, work friend, whatever. There's always these benign labels that they put on it, that it's just like something less than it is. And some they are, okay? But you know what? And then there's these other guys, that we all call the orbiters or the male friends, right? And the orbiters and male friends are two of the same thing, okay? All these dudes are just guys that are waiting their shot, waiting their turn. These guys will wait decades if they're still around, if she allows them to be around in orbit. And these dudes, they just get used a lot. They could be used for anything, to walk their dog, to help them work on the car, change a tire, move a grand piano up 5 flights of stairs, buy tires for them. The tire guy, hey, look, I had a female friend before. She told me one of her orbiters was a tire dude. He owned a tire shop. Whenever she needed new tires, she got the free hookup from him, but that was another orbiter waiting his turn, and I'm sure he never got it. That's just a live example, real example, rather. And so all these guys, they serve a function and a purpose, and these are the non-sexual ones, at least to start with, all right? And so those dudes are better known as simps. The simps will sink down and do anything just for a chance to even get near it, all right? So we know that. So that's the first part of it. This does create a strategy for women, whether they realize it or not, whether it's conscious or unconscious, intentional or not. It's just an ecosystem that's kind of created because of this abundance. Women are not just going to stop at one guy. Oh, this guy, he's cool, but hey, he can't get no discount on no tires, and he maybe not be strong enough to, carry stuff up the stairs for me or whatever. So they're going to outsource all these different things, okay? And that's where all the different types of orbiters come in, all right? And women generally keep at least 3 to 5, if not more, guys on said rotations. Remember, some are sexual, some aren't, okay? You're not going to know about any of them. Trust me, none, okay? For the most part, unless you find out, probably the hard way. So let's break down those types a bit more like we were looking at before. So we got the provider. Those were the ones that I was talking about before. Spend money, listen to her stuff, do the basic emotional tampon stuff, just let her dump and spill and just throw it all on him. And he gives free psychotherapy. She ain't going to pay $100, $200 or more an hour when she's got these fools for free to listen to her. Give her all kinds of probably good advice too. And man, she doesn't want to hear it anyways. She just wants the attention. Okay, so we go from the guys who only get the platonic attention to now the good part, the Chads and Tyrones, and probably the Pookies and Ray Rays too, depending on what her flavor or taste is. These guys, they provide the most vitamin D on delivery, but the D is not for delivery, it's for something else. Okay, they provide it on delivery and demand. Okay, and it's not for demand either. It's a four-letter word. You know what that D is for. And anyways, so that's what they're there for. They fulfill the sexual needs of these women. When the other needs aren't for when she can't get these needs fulfilled in a regular straight up relationship, she's gonna always have these guys around. They'll be around for years to provide it for her. And again, you'll still never know. You know, with a lot of these women, you just won't know. So there's that kind too. And so that's just the reality of it. And then there's the emotional sponge, okay, which kind of goes back. Some of these kind of intermingle with each other. The emotional sponge may not be taking her out and hanging out with her all the time, but he's there 24/7, phone, text, DM, whatever. Just when she wants to spew it all out, it's free, like telehealth on demand. You know, he's going to be up. He'll drop everything he's doing to listen to her. He might have something better to do, which anything would be better than probably listening to her crap for free. But in his mind, no, it's a shot, it's a chance for him to, you know, to get in eventually one day. So they'll take it. But again, these emotional sponge guys, again, are better known as AKA, also known as simps. All right. Okay. And so let's look at some more. And then, hey, here's another one right here. Probably didn't even think of it. Her ex. Dude is still around. The ex doesn't go nowhere. All right. And that's just one ex. You know, there ain't no, trust me, there, you know, unless it's just a little child and we don't mess with that, obviously, we don't even think about that. Most women today, teens even, that's what I'm saying, there's no virgins out here. There's very few virgins. So all these women have a history. They have a past. And when I say past D's in their past, many of them, which creates exes. You don't think these exes are going to want to come around, you know, get a piece, slide up in it when they can, you know, because so many of these girls, you know, maybe that guy was her first or early on and left an imprint on her and imprinted her. You know, and she might be alpha widowed by that guy, so she will always reserve a piece for him whenever he wants, okay? And your dumbass is still around dating her. You go out to buy dinner with her, and she takes some food home to her place, and always, you know how women are when you go out and get something to eat, they always got to bring something back and get an extra dish and bring something back. Well, they're bringing it back for Chad and Tyrone a lot of times, because after you spend $100, $200, $100's not nothing, $200 or more on that food, she takes it home and he pounds that back out all night long. First place he's going after, well, the second place he's going after the bathroom is that kitchen. He's going to eat the food that you bought, most likely. I'm telling you, man, it is brutal out there. Until you guys fucking wake up and know the game around you, you're just going to be blind to the world and blind to the ways of these women. They're not blind to it, but a lot of you guys are because you choose to be blind. And I'll be honest, if you know better and you still do the same things and you listen to content like mine and others out there, you still do the same thing, well, hey, guess what? You deserve to get what you got coming, and I have no sympathy for you, all right? That's just the way I'm going to put it. But if you don't know any better, then you don't know. That's why there's channels like this out here. I know there's a lot of red pill channels, but again, you know what? You take what works for you. Not all these channels are created the same. Some of these guys, some are more extreme, some are less. There's a spectrum of it. Take what works for you, okay? And just use it out in the real world. There is good information out here. Even though you might say it's recycled and been around a long time. Well, this problem has been around a long time with men being in this crappy situation. And it's not going anywhere anytime soon unless men, you know, pull their heads out their asses and start thinking and seeing the world and women for who they are, okay? For better or worse. All right, so again, the background, the ex is always in the background once again, and he's always lurking. We know that. So, and you're dumbass. A lot of times, you're just a placeholder. You're there until something better comes along, okay? Now, do I mean that for everyone in all relationships? Of course not. I'd have to be a fool to go by absolutes. We know there's no absolutes in the world, okay? Well, there's two of them. We know what those are. Other than that, it's all left up, you know, there's variations in it. So look, women are not going to just announce it. She's not going to announce or let you know. You think she's going to let you know? You think she's going to show her cards to you, her deck, her hand, rather? Oh, yeah, I have this guy for this and that guy for that. And Chad, you know, he blows my back out every Tuesday, you know, when you're not around. No, she'd be a fool to give up her card. She's playing you. You got to know the game so you can play it back. It sounds brutal, but that's the way it is. All right. So okay, so just think about it. Look, these girls, and I'm not really trying to. I know it looks like that. I'm trying to make women look bad in a certain light, but I'm really not. Believe it or not. I'm just trying to help you guys know the realities of the world. And when it comes to dating, look, I'm a man who's been around a while. I'm a licensed psychotherapist. I've seen how things go in therapy, just with couples, with individuals too. I've worked with kids that have been damaged and gone through a lot of stuff. There's things that I've seen out there professionally speaking. And I think this does in some ways set me apart from many other red pill content creators. There's a few out there that are actual licensed therapists. And look, I want to preface this. I'm not saying I'm any better than anyone out there, but I have clinical experience, and I still have life experience too. And you can't beat life experience. I'm 55 right now. So I've seen a few things. Doesn't mean I've seen everything nor know everything, but I've probably seen more than a 24-year-old, okay? And there's no probably to it. I have, you see. But once again, it doesn't make me better than anyone. It maybe gives me different perspectives that others may not have. That's all I'm trying to say, okay? So remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely subscribe if you like this content so far, because I got a lot more coming out where this came from, you guys. So let's move on. That was my little tirade. Okay. Most of you guys, you're not going to see it coming. You've lived in this Disney fairy tale of life, and that's it. So basically, you've lived in this romanticized version of what the happily ever after, the white picket fence. Those things can happen, but it takes a lot of work for those relationships to happen, and most people don't know that. Okay, a lot of women. I see women coming to therapy all the time, throwing their marriages away because they're not happy, because they actually went into a marriage thinking the marriage was only about happiness. And when they understand the reality of marriage is it's not about happiness, it's about being content, and it's about having duty and responsibility to your partner, to your family. Oh, they don't like that. The Disney movies they didn't show that part of it where it actually takes some work to keep this shit going. Then they want a divorce. What's the saying that they always say out there? A woman will throw her marriage away over happiness, and a man will throw his happiness away over a marriage. Yeah, well, that's the reality of it. Men know there's not a lot of happiness in marriage. We can only really hope for if we have peace of mind, if that woman we're with brings us peace of mind, we're happy at the end of the day. All right? That is our form of happiness, right? Because we got to go out and fight the world. The last thing we need to do is come home and fight a quarrelsome woman. Go read the Bible. They talk about the issues that men and women have had, in the past, thousands of years ago. So you check that out. Anyways, this Disney romance or this Disney mindset, get it out your heads, guys. Let women believe in that. That helps them going. But because I can't knock that out of them, that's just what that's just what they want to hold on to. But you should know better moving on. So the thing is, we want to let a woman earn our attention. We would let them earn our commitment rather too. Okay, you don't give any more to a woman than she's willing to give to you. Okay, remember that, you guys. If you're pining for the relationship first, you're saying I love you first, things like that, no, she's just going to disrespect you a lot of times. Here's a few more things. I know I went back off on my tirade again. So here's a few more things. With women, a lot of times, this is how you tell where you're at on her roster. Prime days, Friday and Saturday. Is she there seeing you Friday and Saturday, staying with you the whole time? Or if not, if she's going home and coming back, do you have, coming back the next day, do you have constant communication with her? Does she, are there blank spots or times that she doesn't respond back? Okay. Now, if she's down, especially those days, you're probably number one on that roster. Doesn't mean, well, now remember, you're still on the roster. There could be other guys. She's just fucking around with them on the off days or during the week or something like that. And trust me, that dude's still buying tires for her car, and these other guys are gonna help her with other things if she can't get your dumb ass to do it. All right. So they're still out there. You're just the priority. But I'll tell you what, it's the opposite of this. When you know you're going down the priority, if she keeps ghosting you, especially on a Friday or Saturday, Chad, Tyrone, ex-boyfriend, one of them came through, new dude that she just met, this guy's got more going on than you do, she's going to do it. I'm just telling you, she's going to get down with that guy. Don't forget it. So that's how you can tell. And you can, and I'll be honest, and look, man, I've been in those situations dating women, especially that are a lot younger than me. When I see this stuff happen, I just nod to myself. I know what's up. I know, because it's just the reality of it. Now, if a guy my age, especially, is going to, I mean, more girls that have a lot more going for them in terms of their looks, their beauty, and especially the younger rather they are, they're going to be more prone to have more of these dudes. Kind of orbiters and male friends. Older women it's not that they can't have these guys around, but that pool is less and less when they get in their 40s or up or closer to my age. But if you're an older guy like me and you're messing around with these younger girls, trust me, that's going to happen because, hey, look, a young woman in her 20s, and don't let her be halfway good looking. It's like having all the money of Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and all these other rich dudes on earth here. They got everything at their feet, okay? So you'd be a fool to fall in love with someone like that or really take them halfway seriously, okay? Because they're not taking you seriously, all right? So, hey, I'm just saying. We'll get into how that looks like in future videos, you guys. So that's a few other things. So really, again, never assume that any of these girls are really into you until they prove it, until they show it. And you always want to be on top of your game, you guys, in life. You know, a lot of the young guys I work with, I tell them, take care of your health, take care of your wealth, take care of your purpose in life. Between those three things, your education, your employment, your job, your money, all, again, look at those things first. Where in those 5 things that I mentioned, women, I didn't mention them at all. They are a result of, they're a byproduct, or rather a manifestation of the man being on his game. We don't need to be in the business of attracting women. You want to be a man that is attractive, so you have to prove nothing. When you walk in the door, you've already proven who you are. People see and feel and sense who you are. Okay? You don't need to have the fanciest cars or the flashiest jewelry or one. And trust me, this is an $80 piece of jewelry, if that. This ain't flashy. So you guys see what I'm saying, okay? You don't have to peacock, okay? If you're a man of means, a man of discipline, a strong male inside, that's a true alpha male. Not a big guy with a bunch of tattoos running around, saying bro every 3 seconds, wanting to get in fights with people. That's a fake alpha male, and I see a lot of those guys where I live. So, look, you guys, stay on top of your game, and life will give you everything that you want. And don't forget that. So remember, it's Dr. Tony, and like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to keep some more bomb-ass content coming out for you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.